I took a day trip to Bled Castle from Ljubljana, Slovenia. It was part of a pre-cruise land package through Regent 7 Seas. We took a motor coach from downtown Ljubljana, which was an uneventful hour-long ride. The motor coach took us to the top of the mountain, but there was a long and somewhat steep incline to get to the top of the castle. Once you make it to the top, you find several buildings, including a workshop for stamping leather goods, a wine shop, a gift shop, multiple rooms that house the museum, and a large terrace. Your eyes immediately pull you to the edge of the terrace to view the spectacular views of Lake Bled. It was sprinkling and misty that day, which actually added to the beauty of the landscape. Here are some of the fabulous views from the castle looking down on the lake. You could see the small little island with the Assumption of Maria Church, which I visited later that day. There were numerous little halls and passageways on the grounds where you could get different vantage points of the views. Most of the rooms in the castle housed a museum. I won't show you every room, as there were numerous historical items and artifacts. The one odd thing that I happened to find fascinating were the ceramic heating units in each room. Each one was a little different and warm to the touch. I'd never seen such a thing before, and I'm not sure how they work. Each one was its own work of art, though. Here are a few more images of the castle. After exploring the castle, we made our way back down the steep slope to the parking lot. As I was waiting for the others, I discovered there was a pretty park next to the parking lot, with stairs that led all the way down to the lake. We didn't take those stairs, though. We drove down in the motor coach to the lakeside and discovered numerous restaurants that had magnificent views of the lake, as well as the famous Bled cream cake called kremsnita. At least that's my best pronunciation of it. We picked one of the restaurants for lunch, and then were given the option to walk along the lakeshore or pay extra for a boat ride to the Assumption of Maria Church. I chose the boat ride. They filled the boat to the max, and one man uses standing oars to propel us across the lake. The day we went, the water was like glass. We glided effortlessly to the island. It was gorgeous along the way. You could look up towards the castle or towards the island, both picture postcard perfect. Once we arrived at the island, we were greeted by an intense elevation of stairs. Whew! For anyone with mobility issues, there were no other options to get to the top. Once on top, there were some nice places to sit and rest, and of course a souvenir shop. The main attraction, the Assumption of Maria Church, required an additional ticket to enter. The church just had one small outer room and then a sweet little chapel. You could pull the rope to ring the bell. Here's me giving it an awkward try. The ticket to the church also allowed you to scale the clock tower, which required more stairs. At the top, you could see the mechanics of the old pendulum clock. We were told it would go off at the top of the hour, so we waited about 20 minutes for it. When it didn't go off on the hour, we started down and got halfway down the stairs when the mechanism kicked in a few minutes late. I guess they didn't have GPS back then. The island is small but offers some pleasant views. We made our way back down the stairs and boarded the boat again for the trip back to shore, which for me was probably the best part of the excursion. For seniors with limited mobility, you might want to spend more of your time along the shoreline, as the castle and church both required a massive amount of climbing and stairs. The castle does not accommodate wheelchairs. Overall, it was a beautiful, quiet, and pleasant trip. I definitely think if you are in Slovenia, this should be on your must-see list. If you'd like to follow more of my senior and solo travels, please click subscribe below. And if you want to follow more of the excursions on the Regent 7 Seas Venice to Athens cruise, make sure you turn on notifications too. Cheers!